What's going on, traders? So, if you view this channel, I don't think there's no introduction needed today, but if everybody can do me a solid and hit that subscribe button, we're going to go ahead and get into our segment of live trading with digital goats. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen. So, the market is playing out exactly like we predicted earlier this week. What was that? Wednesday. So, what was it? Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday or Monday. But anyway, no, Tuesday. So basically this week the market has been extremely bullish, correct? So yesterday was Wednesday. Yesterday was the final day that the market actually had remained bullish. Now, again, if you're tuning into this channel, you know we primarily focus on indices. If you're seeing me, I'm going to be discussing indices. So we're looking at US 30 right now. Let me actually go to S&P real quick, point that out. So S&P was actually, so it's been weird between S&P and US 30 this week. I've been actually surprised how they've been moving kind of different. I mean, opposite of each other, but they've been kind of doing the same market sentiment. So our expectations of the market to sell has been playing out for S&P. Yesterday, it was kind of struggling. S&P was actually the first sign to show us. And now when I say sell, we're not looking for like a major sell. We're looking for the market to basically pull back because as you see right here, there was a gap that triggered that the market never filled. So I knew that the market was basically gonna try to be sneaky and try to fill that gap at some point. Better this week than later on down the line, and we got to worry about this, right? So that's what it looks like S&P is doing right now. So I know one of the people in my community caught this. So I was primarily focused on US 30, and that's what I'm focused on right now. So US 30 is doing its own pullback, but as you can see, it created resistance up here. Let me get rid of this Fibonacci. So again, what we've talked about throughout the whole year, especially like when it comes to timestamps in the market. If you've been trading US 30, you know you can take advantage of anywhere from the 9:45 candle to the 10 a.m. candle. So yesterday the market got dumb bullish in the beginning. So what was this? Yeah, 9:30. So opening bell, the market actually pushed aggressively up. And that was like a 3,000 pip move. I wish I was in that. I wasn't in that. I stopped buying like basically around this area. So the market finally pushed up. And then at this point, we knew that there was a possibility of a correction. Why did we think there was a possibility of a correction? Because look at the movement that the market has generated this entire week. In 2 days, US 30 went, it was under 14,000 pips. No, 19. Oh, no. I'm sorry. That was from last week. This was Monday. So price got brought down Monday and then bought up, right? Like Monday during opening bell. So almost 15,000 pips. You would be insane to at least not believe or think that the market won't try to pull back and get a percentage of that. Again, when you add up your fib, you at least want the market to do what? Return at least 50% just for you to have a better position to buy back up or sell if we were looking to sell overall. We know the market sentiment is up, but we know that with the market buying up, like with no form of correction, the market will probably try to sweep at least half of that. So we're looking at 50% right here. So I'm taking the opportunity to take advantage of the sell because the buy was so high, right? So if we're looking at where we should look to enter, our first indication would be around this area because it just makes sense logically when you trade in, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, what do we know about indices? They love being attracted to consolidation. So you can see consolidation highlighted in orange on my screen. Those are the areas where I'm looking for a price to possibly buy back up from. Obviously, it could be tricky and there could be another form of consolidation that I'm not seeing, or the market could actually sweep this whole entire move. That could be more likely than not. But if we put ourselves in position to be lower than higher up, you know what I'm saying, we can still catch the opportunity for the buy. So what I'm looking for is the market to be brought down at least back to one of these areas. So I would say like at the earliest stage, 47,500. But Any lower than that, I'm looking at 47,100, 47,100. But if it doesn't come, I mean, I can't predict if it's going to go any lower than that. These are just previous areas that we had already marked up. So that's what we're looking for US 30 is basically the market to be brought down, which I was able to take advantage of the sell here. You can see that it's still struggling to actually force the market down. But I think it's doing that because it's trying to, again, do manipulation. It's trying to sway traders, retail traders, into, changing up their bias, possibly pushing up. And the one thing about US 30 this week is that it did hang up here for like quite a while. You know what I'm saying? I was actually surprised. Like it took the whole day to just perform this resistance right here, just to actually create this structure. Let me actually annotate that so y'all can see. I mean, I feel like you can see, but you know. So currently we're waiting for US 30 to figure out what it's trying to do. As you can see, it's pulling back on this 1 hour candle currently. So I'm not sure where it's going to try to fall down from, but I am still looking at it to push down. What I think, because we're at resistance, I mean, we're at a previous area that the market bought up from. It looks like it's just trying to, it's going to react to that. So it looks like it's reacting to the market, I mean, to this area where normally you would buy up, but just to bring the market down. Like I said, S&P still has to get to that gap. So I know US 30 is going to be brought down with it. And that's my expectations until like we figure out what the market is trying to do overall here. But like I said, it just looks like it's pulling back on this candle and we should be brought back down here like either today or tomorrow. I was hoping that, the market could actually force its way down like today. I mean, well, it's still early in the trading day, but force itself down before Friday. But it looks like if we are getting a pullback, it's going to happen. If we are getting the opportunity to enter for the buy, it'll either be Friday or it'll either be next week, Sunday, which kind of makes sense. So we'll see how the market plays out for US 30 today. Like I said, I believe it's still just testing this candle. We just got to see how it operates from there. But since it's created resistance, we just got to go with that. I know that this is an area that likely more traders would be like, I can buy up from. And you possibly could, but look at the whole momentum move from here compared to the market like pulling back right here. So I'm still looking for sells for US 30. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught with your pants down if it tries to like flick up a little bit. But I think this is a good area for the market to start pushing down from. And probably when we go into 1030, we'll probably see some more movement where it might try to have some downward pressure. So as you can see, S&P currently, it's actually, testing this candle that it pushed down from. So doing the things that we know the market has to do in order to continue going towards our bias, right? So S&P, same thing. I'm looking for it to possibly at the lowest come down to 6,700 flat. You know what I'm saying? So that's the area we possibly could test this new month area again. I don't know if y'all remember that we discussed that this was basically October's open where the body of the candle's at. So this is exactly where the body of the candle where the October monthly candle opened up. So we could possibly get price pushing down this low, but the most important thing that I'm looking at is for price to fill this gap right here. So we just have to be patient and see, how the market is going to play out. But like I said, I've already taken, we've already had opportunities from these highs to take sales. We just got to see how the market is correcting because we are in the New York. So if we do get like a pullback, I mean, we do get a push down, it could possibly be towards like 11, 12 p.m. I thought that we would have like a push down now, but looks like the market is actually pulling back a little bit. Maybe to test this low up here. I actually looked at that and I was like, no, it's probably not going to do that. But I guess it's trying to test that low. And, this is indices, so it could try to test this resistance again as well to kind of fortify that, yeah, I am trying to sell off, but to buy back up because our overall sentiment never changed. that the market is definitely bullish. So if our predictions are correct with the market trying to reach like US 30 reaching 50K and S&P reaching 7K, like we're closer than farther away, especially since we're heading towards like some rate cuts. So all we're looking for is to identify how low the correction is going to be and then buy back up, because if we're going into December and there's supposed to be a rate cut, there'll probably be a rate cut after the market makes like a dumb bullish move. So we can even go beyond those thresholds of what I just mentioned as far as like the 7K and the 50,000. But we're just waiting on the market to play out. I took opportunities this morning, so I'm just waiting on the market to finish correcting, and then I'm gonna jump back in. I have one position that, is currently in drawdown, but we'll see how it plays out and then, celebrate from there. So it's already been a great week. So just pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I always say, don't get caught with your pants. Did somebody just join? Somebody
Hey,
going, oh, I was about to get off, yo, but it's good. Yeah, I'm actually, yeah. I could just hit you up because I'm about to get off.
all right.
All right. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next episode of Digital Goats Academy. That'll be our weekly review. So that's normally on Sundays, and the video on YouTube would normally be out Monday because I don't push it like Monday. Probably like Monday. I'm gonna start doing it at Monday, New York, like opening bell, possibly try to get my videos out by then for the weekly review of the previous week. So it's been a pretty chill like trading week. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how exciting it is for everybody else, but it was definitely exciting for me. I mean, 2 days worth of, well, I made what I would have made in like 2, 3 days or whatnot. I made that in a day and a half. So yeah, my my week was fantabulous, yo. But anyway, not to talk about my week. So I'll catch you on the next episode. I'm Antoine Farrell signing out. Peace.